Hi guys, this is Dice Graphics. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, click on the subscribe button, then click on the notification bell to get notified anytime I release a new video. So today I'm going to be showing you how to sketch, how to master your sketching ability, like how to paint without sketching, and how to master the proportions of your reference, how to like master the proportions of your reference using lines and strokes, so without sketching it directly from your reference. So instead of sketching your reference directly with a pencil, I would advise you to do this particular method for you to learn more on your reference, because sketching directly from your reference only teaches you a little from what you need to learn. So but sketching directly on your reference, over your reference, sorry, that's tracing over your reference is very good, and it also helps you to learn more about sketching, but also it limits you as an artist and also sets boundaries for you. So instead of you sketching directly and over, that's over your reference, as you can see at the side, like illustrating it to you. So instead of you to sketch it like that, I would advise you to sketch it this way. So you can set boundaries, like you can draw lines to indicate where your reference ends, and also where you need to curve, and also where you need to make your hair. So just create simple shapes that will give you ideas on how your reference are. So you can just draw lines and shapes that will give you a picture of how your reference is. And also you should try to practice more on this before you should practice more on this kind of method for you to like get more skill on how to sketch. So but if you're a beginner, I would advise you to just stick with your tracing for now. So but you can gradually start adopting this kind of style, then you move to freehand sketching. So as you can see, I'm just setting out boundaries on a new layer on my reference. So after doing that, I'm going to also duplicate the layer, then I'll use it as a guide for me to see how the reference is, and also for it to guide me on how to paint my reference perfectly without tracing directly on top of the photo. This is more like a challenge for upcoming artists, beginners that are still working on their sketching. So when you just try and challenge yourself using this particular method, it's going to advance your level of observation and level of seeing reference and shapes and angles, and also is going to teach you how to convert your reference into simple shapes, and is going to help you to sketch very easy. So this is one of the easiest way for a beginner to start learning how to sketch using shapes and lines and angles. So I would advise you to just keep on doing this kind of method and just try practicing on it on one or two references. But I would advise you, while practicing, don't use a very complicated reference for this particular method. You should start with a simple reference before diving into a very complex or difficult reference. So just try normal sitting poses, half references before going to complex advanced poses like those of fighters, getting photos from movies, war films, all those kind of poses, those complex poses. I won't advise you to go directly on that, but I would advise you to just go start with a normal sitting pose and half poses, half references. Just start with those normal standing references, just sitting, all those simple poses. I would advise you to start with them. So we have extracted our lines, our angle. So as you can see, it's more like I won't call it a trapezium. It's more like, yes, let's just say trapezium, but the hair is more like a trapezium shape. So you just, any shape you can call it, just call it, and make sure you can replicate the same shape to another, like you can copy or replicate the same shape you've just done on another layer. So just make sure the lines and the shapes you are making, the boundary shapes or the proportion you're making, make sure they are simple and they can be replicated using your free hand without tracing directly on top of your photo. So I'm setting some lines that will signify the backbone, the stapler. As you can see, the lady has a stapler, so I'm using the pink color line to identify the stapler and also to identify the line in between the body and the arm. There's a line there, and also the stapler, and also I'm going to be dividing the reference into two for me to know my stand and also for me to know where all these features are on my reference. So after doing that, it's going to be very, very simple for you to replicate or for you to freehand, like to free sketch this particular reference. You can also paint without sketching. As for those that are very familiar with messy painting, you can also use this kind of style. You can, instead of sketching it down on your layer, you can just sketch it on your mind, then you can replicate it while doing your messy painting, because messy painting doesn't contain any form of sketch, it only contains painting. Then when you're doing your final render, you can add the hair strands, the detailing of the eyelashes and the rest. So this can also help you when you are into messy painting. As a beginner, you'd have to know the basics of this one without studying anatomy. So just make sure you divide your pictures into several shapes so as to make it easy for you to replicate everything you've seen. So I'm going to be placing it at the side so as to see my original reference while I'm painting, so that I won't make mistake on the painting and the position of some features of the the reference. So it's very important for you to practice more with reference. Drawing from imagination is not for beginners. I repeat, it's not for beginners. So you all should just concentrate on using references for your own works. So when you're good and when you are good in knowing the proportions and good in anatomy, you will still need references to draw from imagination. So the reference is 100% necessity when it comes to art, because you'd have to need some ideas, facial ideas, for you to add to your own imagination so as to bring out a good result. So I've created a new layer. So I've created a new layer, that's a layer under my already sketched guideline, my green and pink guideline. So I'm going to be painting my reference under. I'm going to be painting under my guideline, my green and pink guideline. So I'm going to be using my felt pen tool for the filling. Okay, sorry, I'm going to be using this particular brush. You can pause the video to see the brush I used for the hair. So I'm going to just randomly, the name of the brush is splatter, so I'm going to randomly splatter the brush all around it, all around this particular shape of made. Make sure it's going according to your reference. So as you can see, this is one of the importance of the borderline I've just shown you. So it's going to guide you on how to go with your sketching abilities, and painting also is going to guide you for you to get a good result on your work. So as you can see, I'm checking my reference and also painting it under the guideline so as to avoid mistakes. As I've said in my previous video, my Instagram account got hacked, so I've created a new Instagram account. So you all should go and follow me on my new Instagram account. The name is DiosJFX, is on the screen, so you all should just go and follow me up. The link to my new page, my new Instagram account, is in the description box, so you can go to the description box and click on the link so that it will redirect you to my page. So and also the brushes I used for this video is going to be in the description box, so you all should go and check it out. The names of the brushes I used in this particular video, they are going to be in the description box, so you should go and check it out. So I have a good news for you guys, and also have a bad news for you guys. Let me start with the bad news. The bad news is this will be my last video for the year, so I'm not going to be posting any tutorial this year. So I'll be posting my tutorial next year. And also the good news is on the 1st of January, I'm going to be dropping an ultimate beginner tutorial, full tutorial from the beginning to the end. Not a vast video. I'm going to be dropping a full video with voiceover. So I'm going to be dropping it on the 1st of January, a complete video with reference just in case you want to practice on it. And also I'm going to be, by next year, I'm going to be releasing a Photoshop tutorials for PC, for computer, for laptops. Sorry, I'm going to be dropping Krita tutorials for laptop. I'm going to be dropping Autodesketchbook tutorials for laptop also. And also I'm not going to stop dropping tutorials on mobile phones too. I'll continue giving you tutorials on how to draw on your phone, but next year will be combined, will be the combination of drawing on phones and of laptops. So I'm going to be off for a while for this month and next month, that's for November and December. We are almost done with November, so I'll be off throughout. I won't be dropping any video December, so I'll be doing some personal training and also practicing. So I'll see you next year. So I'm going to miss you all, guys. Just keep on practicing, keep on watching my video. If you have any question, you can drop it in my comment box. So if you have any issue, you can chat me up on my page and I'll be very glad to answer you. So thank you for the support, thank you for watching my videos, thank you for sharing, thank you for liking. I love you all. So just keep doing exactly what I'm doing on this particular video. So just keep practicing. It's not a day job. You'd have to challenge yourself and work on yourself daily. So just keep on practicing and you get there. So you should just keep on practicing and using these guidelines I've given you. These tips, they are going to help you in order to get a better result as a beginner. So just watch through the videos, keep repeating, make sure you listen to my voiceovers, listen attentively, practice more with references. If you have any issue, if you have any question, you can ask in the comment box. I'll answer you. And also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'll be dropping so many tutorials by next year, so you all should stay active. Make sure you turn off the notification bell to get notified anytime I release a video. Thank you so much, guys, and God bless.